Hey, it's Nooch, and we are here with a brand new event tonight, the Battle Across Scarif. And this is a light side deck versus a dark side deck. Here are the decks over here. It is a Princess Leia with Porgs and Tauntaun deck versus Captain Phasma with the Battle Droids and the Gamorrean Guard deck. These are the decks you're working with. You are always assigned one of these decks. If you're on the light side, you get the Princess Leia deck. If you're on the dark side, you get the Captain Phasma deck. That's how it goes every single time. And you cannot deviate from that. That's kind of cool. You'll get used to the decks. One thing of note, we had the Battle for Kashyyyk a couple weeks ago, and it was the same deal, but the decks were different. So it's not the same deck every time out. So the next time we have this type of event, you're battling for a planet, it'll be the same thing. You'll be assigned a deck, but it'll be a completely different deck from the looks of things. Once again, as well as in this event, we are boy, Nooch is confused, but in this event, we are playing with units that open at their level. So at the card opening level, epic cards at level 4, legendaries at 8, commons at 1, and rares at 2. So you know that's what you're going in with. You know that your epic card's going to be more valuable. And you can see already that Nooch is very comfortable with Phasma, and it showed pretty quickly on. So we were able to win that first battle. We're only going to show you the holocron and the award-winning battles. So we got 3 holocrons, and our final reward is the Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Vader. And Nooch has 3 out of 4 cards for Darth Vader, and has the coins, the credits to upgrade him. So when we get to the end, we're going to upgrade Darth Vader. There you go. These are holocrons being opened. That's the basics of the event. You're going to go in and either be on the light side or dark side, play with the cards given to you. See what you got. Leia's got her Inspire that she spreads all around her. Troops come with her and they get inspired. They go faster. Phasma spawns Stormtroopers. Let's go into our second battle here. We're fighting for our second holocron. We have 1 loss at this point. We had to kind of adjust to how things went. We did lose once. Nobody's nerfed, right? Okay, Griffith's Edge. Let's see how we're going to do this. Nooch did a lot of big tanky rushes in this. So you'll see we dropped the Riot Control Walker, ATST, and we put Phasma right behind it. That's kind of the weapon of choice for Nooch in this event, because Nooch loves Phasma. She's Phasmatastic. You got Phasma. Nooch loves Phasma. And there she spawns her Stormtroopers. We get a tower up in the middle. We got the ATST, the Riot Control Walker, banging on the tower down there. We put up another tower. So I believe we have 2 towers up now. And we got 1 in Griffith's Edge's end, and so Griffiths has some problems. We'll see how this finishes off. We drop some battle droids to finish to take care of the ATRT. His Grenader's going to take care of our battle droids. And that's actually not called a Grenader. What is that called? A clone? What is that called? Bombardier or something? Clone bomber? Not sure. We're filling up with energy right now. Not sure where Griffiths is. We're really showing you the live recordings in this because we want you to see opening up the holocrons. That is a great defense. Unfortunately, there's just too much going on, but the Gamma dropped right in the middle of the Porgs and wiped them all out without any trouble at all. So we lost that tower. Now we're tied for towers. Nooch puts up a flame tower. Another thing Nooch did throughout this event was put up the flame towers for cheap when he needed a second tower. So when you're up by 1 tower, or you're tied on towers, you need that second tower up, and you got 3 energy, throw up that flame tower is what Nooch did on the dark side. Of note, the Tauntaun is the most dangerous unit for the light side. Now clearly Porgs are awesome, Nooch gets it, but if your opponent gets an inspired Tauntaun with Leia on one of your towers, it doesn't even matter if it's a particle beam. It is probably going down. So you need to save the BB9 for the Tauntaun, which Nooch does not do every time, but you see right here, we drop BB9 on the Tauntaun, and the particle beam takes care of it easily. We're still going to lose that tower, but it could have gotten a lot more ugly if we hadn't done that. The Gamma is advancing on that other particle beam. We're going to get a couple swipes in. We've got a good little rush going here on the right side. Looks like we're going to get in there. Oh, not quite take out that tower. We do have the flame tower down here, so now we're in overtime. So whoever gets the first tower here wins, and that Tauntaun again is dangerous. So you got to save BB9 for it, because if you didn't have BB9 right there, and the battle droids are occupied otherwise, which they were, that Tauntaun could have taken out that flame trooper in about 3 or 4 shots. It could have been really, really ugly. This looks like an insurmountable rush here, and it's probably going to be, even though Griffiths is dropping units down, Nooch just has too much on the field, and Nooch is maybe incorrect. Let's see. We still got the Riot Control Walker and the Probe Droid. Yeah, that's going to do it. So there you go. Nooch wins the second one. One loss. We got 2 holocrons with 1 loss. Well played. Thank you, Griffiths. Appreciate that. These events are a lot of fun, and for those who don't diverge with their decks a lot, you know, Nooch knows people that play with the same deck every time, regardless of what's going on. And Nooch gets it. You want to get really good at playing a certain deck or playing a certain way, and then it'll help you advance better as you go forward. And maybe you can also just really focus and dial in on improving certain cards or leveling up certain cards, and that's just more efficient for you. Nooch fully understands that. But these events are going to give you a chance to play with all sorts of different cards in the decks. So you can really start understanding what those different cards do, and maybe you find one that you really like. You can throw it into your deck and change up how you do things a little bit. That's one exciting thing about these events. Hey, Nooch forgot to mention. Kudos to the developers. So we've been sitting here in the beta, and Nooch, you've probably heard Nooch mention it a few times, that there is a lot of spinning. It is really hard to find a match a lot of times. That stud will spin for 5-10 minutes before you get a match, and then you get a bot to play, and it's kind of boring, you know, but you just had to sit there and watch Desperate Housewives. Show. What's occur? Watch a Twitch streamer go while you're waiting for the thing to stop spinning and get a matchup. But in the last couple of days, the developers clearly did something to improve the matchmaking. Now, it probably isn't like a live improved matchmaking like when we get to the real game. By the way, don't drop a battalion of battle droids on a grenadier. I mean, you're just gonna die. Okay, so probably when we get to the game, they'll tighten up the matchmaking game when we go to global launch here, which should be in the next Nooch guesses within a month, within a month. But right now they opened up the matchmaking, so we're now matching up with opponents that are even up to 1,000 trophies within our range, which seems like a lot, and it is, but it is totally necessary. Again, no battle droids on a grenadier. This is not going to work. It's totally necessary in the beta for players like Nooch and every player to avoid that spinning stud and avoid the demoralizing and spending the entire night. You know, Nooch is playing through the invasion event, and it was taking an hour and a half to play through it just because there were no matchups coming through. But Nooch played this event, the Battle Across Scarif, in about half an hour, and that's for 10 matches. So kudos to the developers for changing things up here in the beta. We do assume that it'll switch back. You wouldn't think when we get to the global launch, maybe after a month or two, that you'll be playing people that are 1,000 trophies different from you. But thanks for doing that. It really helps the players during the beta and may bring some players back that had kind of left the game for a while because they couldn't deal with all of the lost time with the matchmaking. So thank you, developers. Thank you for listening. And thank you for improving the game. And hopefully that carries over to when we get to the global launch, that you really are paying attention to what the players are needing, what your data is showing you, and what Nooch demands. That's the most important thing. And Nooch's wife understands it. Whatever Nooch demands, Nooch gets. Right. So, all right, last match. We're going for that last Darth Vader card. We got 3 out of 4 Darth Vader cards. We need another one. You can see Nooch still only had the one loss, so we kind of figured it out here. We got the big Riot Control Walker and Phasma Rush going on the left side. Looks like it's going to hit a wall of porgs here, so we're probably not going to make it past those. Oh, although, actually, we are getting past those. Phasma went down now. We got our middle tower up. We have 2 towers up to 1 now, so we were able to get enough of an advantage. When you start getting those extra towers up, you're really in good shape, especially in these events. If I got 2, yeah, there, Alec is giving. I like Chekhov. That's I'm thinking of a Star Trek joke, but can't find it. Instant Chekhov, piloting the Starship Enterprise. So Nooch has 2 towers up, filling up with energy, puts the Gamorrean in to guard it. Again, saves BB9 for the Tauntaun. There he is. The Gamo shreds him. Gamo's going to shred the ATRT with help of the tower. Gamo's going to shred the porgs. That was not a well-executed offensive barrage. Sorry, Alec. Apologize for that. but you can't really piecemeal a particle beam. You've got to go probably hard on it from both sides. And with the Gamorrean there, you've really got some problems. Watch him wipe out these porgs. Goodbye, porgs. And then look at the Gamorrean advance on the tower. How about that? When the Gamorrean gets far enough out front, he'll advance and he'll bring those battle droids with him. Alec is having a hard time. Really sorry, bud. And look, Gamma comes back. What a move. The Gamorrean takes out the porgs, advance, helps finish out the particle beam, and then comes back as the fearless protector of the particle beam. That's a really cool move by the Gamorrean right there. So just really wanted to point that out. Nooch doesn't play a lot with the Gamorrean just because it doesn't feel like you get a lot of value in the real game. But that was a lot of fun right there for sure. So we've got 4 towers up, and Alec has none. Sorry, Alec. Yeah, this was kind of a beat down. Nooch apologizes, but we're still going to go for the 5-stud win because we want those crystals. You still get your 6 crystals if you get it in this game. We got 8 seconds left. 8, 6, 5. We got to get there. We got to... no. Oh, we didn't make it. Oh, and we got a little time out there with our BB-8. So there you go. That is the battle on Scarif, battle around Scarif. What was it? The Scarif battle. That's the event. It was a lot of fun. You got really good matchups here. Nooch didn't have to wait, 10 minutes in between him and then get a bot battle across Scarif. And we're going to unlock Vader here. We're going to update Vader. We're going to move him to level 10. So good luck with you guys. Nooch is going to start throwing Vader in there a little more. It's been a little while. Nooch has been playing with Boba Fett and Phasma for a long time now. We're going to try some Vader again. This is a really cool little graphic here, by the way, when you upgrade him. Look at that. The Imperial signal comes in. He gives a little fist pump. And there's Darth Vader, Lord of the Sith. That's all we got for you today. Next time you play Nooch, you better remember, Nooch too good.